Hello and happy birthday, solar return, to all the sun sign Leos for this month, moon sign and rising sign. Happy birthday to all the Leos out there. Leo is special to me. I do have Leo in one of my interpersonal charts, and my mom was a Leo, God rest her soul, and I know quite a few Leos. There's not going to be any preferential treatment, or when I do the pull a card for all the signs, I'm not going to lean preference to Leos, even though they may appreciate that. I'm going to, I want to do what's insightful for all the signs in this episode. So this is a continuing series where I will be focusing on the influences of our planets. Okay, we have our signs, we know our signs. The signs kind of take up our characteristics and how we approach, feel, think, and do things. But with Leo, not with Leo, but with the planets, we're seeing the influence of the planets, how they influence each of the signs. So Leo is ruled naturally by the sun. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a general overview, go through a few different interpretations pictorially of the Sun card and the Strength card, which is associated with the sign of Leo. And then I'm going to pull cards for each of the 12 signs. I'm going to start with the birthday month of Leo and go from Leo and wrap it up all the way to Cancer. So these will be just quick readings. The first video I did, I went into a little bit more detail. But I have two decks here which represent the cards that I have here. This is the Gil Tarot, and this is the, I just drew a blank. This is the Ashira Tarot. So I'm just going to pull like one or two cards, whatever I feel called to, for each of the signs. But let's just go right into the general overview of the sun. Okay, what's our sun? Our sun is our life force. It's the first planet in a series of 10 that we have, and we rely on it. We rely on it for vitamins. We rely on it for warmth. It's an external energy. Leo's fire, of course, what the sun is. It is also out of that external energy, we get strength, we get courage. The sun is the energy that gives us the life force. If there's one word that I could describe the sun, is life force, because that's what it is. And the moon, which is the reflection of the sun, is the feminine. It's the receptive. It's what's happening inside of us. So what we're feeling on the external realm with the sun influence, okay, the immediacy of when we get vitality, the moon, the receptive side, is dictating or receiving that experience. How is it feeling when it's getting this life force, when it's going through creative shifts or creative action? What is, how are we feeling at that moment? Okay, it's the moon's influence. So the sun is revealing externally, the moon is revealing internally. Okay, so I'm going to show you this card. This is from the Heavenly Bodies by Lily Ashwell. And so the sun with Leo is also associated with the heart. It's how we feel. It's very expressive. I can almost say Leo is almost the external of Cancer. Cancer is the sign before Leo. Cancer is everything that's going on inside of them. Same with Pisces and Scorpio, but at different levels of emotional experience. So there's this emotional movement that's going on with Cancer internally, but the emotional experience that Leo goes, they express it outward, you know, and they express it with such enthusiasm. So some of the traits that we see here with Leo, with that sun influences, comes from the heart. Solar plexus too, which is about 2 fingers lengths below the navel. So if you put 2 fingers like this right underneath your navel, that's more or less the core, that's another word for solar plexus, of the life force. Okay? You know, when you walk upright, the way you carry yourself, what's drawing that energy to move upward is the core. If we have a weak core, you know, we're gonna feel more heavy in the hips area, which is feminine energy, receptive. We're gonna feel a little bit more sensitive towards things and a little bit more emotionally grounded. But with that solar plexus activated, it gives us that upright movement. Energy is going up and outward. When you see a Leo, a true Leo, they have a sense of natural confidence. Sometimes for people it comes across that they could be arrogant, but it's just they feel very strong about who they are, what they see in a situation, how they are involved in. Okay, so the sun influence of Leo is very strong. It is this life force for Leo. Leo is also known physically for the heart, primarily. So Leos need to be careful of any heart issues, over stress, over taxing, of the external realm, like a lot of energy, excess energy. It could be overwhelming for them, and all that strength and all that weakness, or all that vitality that the sun is giving from Leo can actually burn Leo out, as well as Sagittarius and Aries, because those are the other 2 fire signs. Okay, they're also very creative. That expressiveness that we see with Leo, that outwardliness, comes through influences. You know, who their muse is, what's inspiring them, forces them to be creative. Leos tend to be known as good performers, stage presence, a lot of body movement, dancers. Madonna, right? She's a true Leo right there. And Leos just have a natural magnetism. There's just something about a Leo, sun sign, moon, and rising that just brings people to them, you know. And I feel that magnetism comes because of the self-confidence and almost this trust. You almost feel like if you go and work with a Leo, or get involved with a Leo, you will be secure, because this Leo will be not protective in the sense that we know, like Cancer, like emotionally protective, or Taurus, where they're protective of possessions, but something that, you know, they will make sure that whatever is around them will be taken care of. But in true Leo and Sun fashion, you need to show it to them. You know, you almost need to earn it. So Sun is that, you know, it's how you express yourself out to people. You know, what are your intentions? You know, and Leo can sometimes sense that out when someone's very, very confident and very strong. They want to be around people like that, because that also inspires them and it makes them even stronger. Okay, so the sun here is very important throughout all the signs. Okay, the sun, again, is our life force. It's what we are externally. to others, what we are revealing to people outside, different from the rising sign. Okay, so the energy of the rising sign is how we come across, even though it's not our sun sign. It's how we come across to people. You know, you could be like a sun Pisces, but your rising could be Leo, and so you may come across with that very confident way, but there is something very Piscean about you, something that's just sort of not secretive, but you're experiencing things at a deeper level. It's more interior, internal experience that's happening with a rising sign of Leo, if you're like a Pisces. Okay, so it's just, and it's also a different element, so there could be some conflict going on with that within those two realms, wanting to be outward but maybe feeling a little bit more inward because of that sun Pisces, also being more intuitive. But the sun is our life force. It's what drives us. Leo also rules the 5th house. Okay, and the 5th house is how we interact at a social level. It goes more into relationships. If you have your astrology chart, look at what planets, signs are in your 5th house. It could show how you are with children. Leo is also known to be very playful. Leo can be like those young cubs that you could see sometimes. How they are adult, but they could still be very childlike. And Leos, I think that childlike innocence comes out when they're around children. Very playful and maybe slightly mischievous at times. The house 5, the 5th house, is also, again, taking these attributes into effect. How we work in situations where maybe we are in charge. Okay, Leos can be very strong and very confident as a parent because of that. They can really enforce rules if they have strong influences in their chart, especially in the 5th house, because it shows how you can be very communicative and working with your own children. Also, go back and look and see how things were when you were a child, Leo. Okay, specifically the Sun Leo sign. See where those influences come in when as a child. Sometimes you could be a little bit more introvert as a child and be more outwardly. So the 5th house is just that. How we interact with people, our creativity. Do we have a lot of good placements or maybe challenges in your 5th house for Leo? You know, maybe there's some negative influences with Leo where they have this expression, they want to do things, but it's just not working for them. It could be some oppositions of planetary and sign placements in the 5th house, maybe some retrogrades. But if Leo understands what blocks are holding them, they will go over it, because they will find something that will draw them and motivate them and inspire them to go, well, I'm going to find something. Now they know that they have some blocks. Now it's for them to sort out where to go, how to take it. And they will take it far. Once they grasp something that they really believe in, Leo will take things very far. So that's where we are with the 5th house, which is ruled by Leo and also the Sun. Okay, So if your sun is in Leo just by chance and it is in the 5th house, this is a very strong placement for you, because it shows that you have a natural sense of self. There's a draw to work with kids, or you have maybe like a kid-like personality, which is very playful. Everything with Leo is from the heart. Okay, remember they rule the chest, the heart area, very important for them. So we got to watch out for any stress, anything that could challenge them to the point that could actually break them can be very hard for Leo. So they have to be very mindful of not being so overly optimistic, not like Sagittarius, but overly confident. You know, just there has to be a sense of realism in what's going on. Okay, so the sun is still very good with Leo, but sometimes, again, depending on the placement of the signs and planets in their chart, it can maybe be a little bit too exuberant, and sometimes there could be a natural tendency for things to falter or feel like they were let down. Okay, we also have loyalty with Leo. So like I was saying here for the 5th house, once they find something that they believe in and they benefit from it, they will stick to it and give it the life force that it needs, because whatever it's putting into it and it's coming back will just increasingly elevate the energy of Leo. So all of that sun energy, the sun is the heart center for Leo. Okay, so here I have 4 cards, different decks. This is the Shira Tarot and this is the Guild Tarot. Okay, so here we have the Strength for the Shira. So in this case we have the Lemon Scap for knowledge, never-ending understanding. But here we're seeing the trust between this individual on the Lion. Not really taking control, but just feeling confident. And knowing that this force here will guide this individual to where it needs to be, and it has the cup raised. The emotions. And I enjoy seeing how the star is right there. Almost like an external version of the Hermit. When you see this, the Hermit, we're going inward and we see that lantern, but here this cup is the release, is the experience, and we have the light. That's sort of the guiding force. Okay, and then we have the Strength card here from the Guild Tarot. Here the scene is very calm. There's different expressions of the Strength card and less cards in various tarot decks. And this, I just like that there is a sense of knowing, a sense of, it's not, again, it's not control, it's just a calm confidence. It's primal instincts, trusting what we are feeling inside, trusting our strength. And if it doesn't work out, well then, guess what? You just have to get off of the situation, get out of the situation, move away and reevaluate and continue forward. You don't stop, you have to keep moving. It's a key influence I like to state for all the fire signs. If something goes against you, do not stop. You could take a moment, you know, to reevaluate, get a breather, but you need to keep going. You got to find this life force again, especially for Leos. And here we go. Here's a very cute depiction of the sun, like a sunflower. We've got the 2 Leos on either side. There's nothing more I could say about this card. It's just, it's life, it's brightness, it's strength. And how the rays are coming down. We have the burning heart here, and the lions on either side. The burning desire that comes from Leo is different from the burning desire that goes with Aries. Aries does it because it wants to do it. It has a responsibility that it wants to go to. Leo, the burning heart desire, comes from the need, the calling, the creativity. That's what's motivating the Leo. And here with the Guild Tarot. All the different multi-points of the sun hitting the peaks of the mountain. Sun is also a form of transformation. This is like the end or the outcome of shifts that have taken place, different stages. It's a point of awakening, and again, that revitalizing yourself. That's another aspect of the sun. We get this feeling after we've taken some time off and done some self-care. This is all the external influences of the sun. Sun, strength, vitality, life force. Okay, so I'm going to go through these cards for the 12 signs. I'm going to put these cards away here, and as I record this video, I'm a little pressed for time, so again, these readings will probably be just a few minutes so I could get through all the 12 signs. Okay, and we're going to start with Leo. Okay, and I'm going to put this back here. Okay, so these readings will just be for this month, emphasizing the influence of the sun, of vitality, courage, strength, creativity, life force, external. More or less, we're heading towards the end of summer, so I call the month of August, let's just go out with a bang. You know, the last hurrah before fall sets in about 2 months, and our days really start getting short. So let's utilize what's out there and use it to our best abilities. If you feel like you don't have that kind of energy or strength, that's totally fine. There's no reason to push yourself just because we are in the sun sign of Leo and it is sun influence, you know, but keep some energy moving forward. Put some work to it. Whether it's healing or whatnot, that's where that energy needs to go into. Whatever is weak, let's use the influence of the sun. All right, Leo, so with that being said, I'm going to start with the Guild Tarot. So here we go. So I'm going to go from Leo, and we're going to end it with Cancer. Okay. So one more shuffle. Okay. Happy birthday, Leo. What do we have here? Okay. Two of Swords. Okay. So Two of Swords for birthday, soul return Leo. And you could take this for your moon and rising sign as well. So with our Two of Swords, we're looking at a moment of literally coming to terms with a struggle that's been going on. The swords represents the air element of the mind, the intellect. Okay, so there could have been some struggles going in, an argument, a disagreement, or not seeing things eye to eye. How about using this month, using the heart and the courage to just change the perspective. Try to see through the eyes of the person that is challenging you. Okay? And understand what that person's going through. Listen. Listen. Okay? And just talk. Just take a breather. Because remember what I was saying about Leo. Things get over exasperated or stressed in any way, shape, or form. This can aggravate the fiery energy of Leo. And it can force them to maybe say things that aren't in the proper manner and could cause more harm than good. Okay, so let's, for Leo this month, or if you want to use it for this week, let's focus on the Two of Swords when it comes to communicating. I like how the swords, even though there is a little bit of pain that was involved, I liked how the swords are just sort of placed aside. They're placed in the corner, and they're just like, let's just put our negative energy off to the side and let's just talk. Okay. So Leo, that's for you. Two of Swords. Okay, so let's see how I'm going to place this, because I have to get 12 cards here. Okay, so we'll do here Leo. I may not be able to get all the cards. So I may go back and forth. Ooh, you cannot see that. There we go. Focus on that. So I'm going to pull from both decks based on how I'm feeling and what I feel called to. So next we're going to go into Virgo for the month of Leo, our sun energy, vitality. Actually not. Okay, let's do this. So I want all these cards to communicate with each other. Okay. Wheel of Fortune and the Moon, if those cards came out. So for Virgo, Wheel of Fortune we have here is ruled by Jupiter. The Moon is the Moon. So for Virgo, during this month of Leo, okay, with your birth month coming up in about a month's time, this is a good time right now, Leo, or Virgo. This is a good time for you during this month. There's a lot of activity going on, and things are feeling good. You're keeping this momentum, you're moving forward. And I think what's happening here, what I feel is this Moon card here, I think Virgo is starting to feel a release, like things are starting to open up for you at a deeper level. This opening up is allowing you to move outwardly, to have that strength, and use this energy during the month of Leo, the sun, the vitality, find that life force. This Wheel of Fortune is more or less the fortune of feeling good about yourself, things from the past that you've been working on or have been coming to terms with. It's starting to benefit. You've learned from the past, and it's time to keep moving forward. Keep this energy going. Okay, we're looking at all four elements. Fire, the cups, the swords, and earth. Okay, we're starting to feel a balance and a connection of all those forces during this time. So for Virgo, the Moon, anything that's coming out release-wise, it's motivating you. It's motivating you in the sense that it feels like it's time to do this. Okay, so use this energy of Leo, the sun, that life force, vitality. Okay, show the world, your strengths. that you've moved on. Okay, because this is a process. This is still going to be ongoing. Okay, but as you're shedding and letting go, things are coming out at an external level. Okay, so that's for you, Virgo. All right, Virgo. Next we have Libra. I'm going to work with this deck. What do we have for Libra during the month of Leo? Let's see here. Let's just do the top card. Okay, death, letting go. Interesting, this is ruled by Scorpio, which for Libra, that will be the sign following your birth month. But here, Libra, death during this month of Leo, sun energy, have that courage. Time to do it. Leo, the reading that I did for the summer solstice, Leo came up as a very external month of like a lot of energy. Things are moving outward. Things are that are being let go of. They're starting to come out. They're starting to manifest. And that's what I'm seeing here, Libra. Okay. This is going to give you that balance that you feel that you're missing. You have to clear some space. Old patterns, old ways of seeing things. Doing so, there's going to be an opening. You're going to have this sense of clarity in the mind because now you're able to see things. There's a lot less distractions around you, and this will allow you for the month of Leo, sun sign, to move very confidently. So as you're doing this process, Libra, also think about what you want to bring in as you're clearing space out. Okay. This is also internal as well. This can also be related to some of the moon energy. Okay. And I think the moon influences for the month of Leo, because the moon reflects the sun, would be very prominent. So let's watch out for the new moons, the new moon in Leo, and of course the full moon in Aquarius when it comes in. Aquarius is the opposing sign of Leo, and the opposing signs are always the full moon sign of each astrological month. Okay, so Libra, watch for death. This is an excellent month for clearing. It's not going to be as painful as the card looks. It's going to be more of a relief. All right, Scorpio. Actually, you know what? Here. Scorpio. High Priestess. Okay. Scorpio, High Priestess during the month of Leo. Scorpio, water sign, fixed. This is, Scorpio, I think it's good that you just kind of let the Leo energy do its thing. If you are involved with a Leo sun, moon, or rising, I think it is best, I feel, that you just let them do their thing. Don't stand in their way. I think there's some work that needs to be done on your side. The High Priestess card there. Okay, there's, as maybe everything is going outwardly during this month of Leo, you can still take that energy of the sun, okay, self-expression and vitality, but let's do the work inside. I'm feeling this month for Scorpio could be a month of where you do focus on your spirituality, which is kind of unusual during the summer months, because I've always felt the summer months not to be a strong season to do intense, deep spiritual work. But for some reason, I feel like I've been having to do a little bit more work this particular summer. So I'm fine with that. So you may want to just, if you're feeling there's something calling you inside, Scorpio, there's just like a deep calling to go inward and do some soul searching, or do some inner healing. I think this is the month to do it. Okay, so for Scorpio, okay, we've got the triple moon. Remember, the sun is the reflection, or the moon is the reflection of the sun. So you could still bring in that life force of the sun, of healing. Draw that in and bring it inside during this month. Okay, to take care of any issues, anything that you feel like just is not feeling right for you. Okay, so use that inspiration of creativity, but focus it more on what's needed inside. Okay. All right. I'm going to do Sagittarius. I'm going to do up to Capricorn, and then I'm going to go to the Ashira and alternate from there. Oh, Capricorn, or Sagittarius, Tower. Alrighty. We got two fire influences. Sagittarius in the month of Leo. Sagittarius, the mutable signs, the sign that needs to keep moving, needs to find, likes to be in search of things, is the adventurer, is the explorer. Here, the Tower, we got the breaking down of things. If there is any personal journey work that you're doing, or if you're doing a lot of traveling during the month of Leo, there's going to be some epiphany moments. It's probably the best way that I could say this, that you weren't expecting. Could be a release of some sort that is needed. Okay, so that's going to be the lesson for Sagittarius during this month of Leo, the Tower. Okay, the lightning is that aha moment. Now I get it. Okay, it hits the top of the tower. The tower is the crown. We can see this is the body, the head, the crown. Here's the body, and then we have the base of it. Okay. There will have to be a coming of terms to let go of whatever may happen. Okay, because this will allow good. Not that I'm saying that the month of Sagittarius is going to be bad, but there's something that needs to be changed, something. The way of seeing things needs to be shaken and turned around, so that you can get this moment of like, okay, this is where I need to be. Okay. And again, use the sun as a form of, because this is ruled by Mars, so it's a lot of intense energy. So if the energy is on the aggressive side for you, Sagittarius, let it go. Just let whatever happens just break down, and just look to the sun. Look to the healing energy, that life force, to start burning away, but also clearing and creating a different perspective of what's needed. Because I think that's what's happening here for the month of Leo. Okay, so this is for Sagittarius, the Tower card for you. Okay, now we go for Capricorn. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Saturn and the Sun, those are opposing forces. So let's see what we have here. Let's see what Capricorn will be open to. Prosperity. Okay. Capricorn is a earth sign, hard-working, disciplined. So this could be a month of seeing the fruits of your labor, which is actually pretty much appropriate because August 1st is Lammas. It's the first harvest season. So perhaps all this work that you've been working towards or on, whether it's relationship, business, a project, yourself, you may start finally seeing the results. And this is going to help you. I almost want to say with Capricorn, because Capricorn can be, it's a cardinal sign, but it could still pretty much be set to the way of tradition, following the rules, so on and so forth. I think this will open things up for you. I feel like there's going to be a sense of self-trust when it comes to this month of Leo for you, Capricorn. Prosperity. Prosperity, again, this is the Ten of Pentacles. It is earth-related. We are seeing things manifesting front, but what are we going to do after? How are we going to maintain that? Okay, and I think for the month of Leo, our sun sign, this sense of outward energy, I almost feel like anything that you've just developed or processed and you're seeing it, I think the best investment is to put it back out, reinvest it into something else. Okay, so you're starting to see things develop. Where can you place what's been created so far into something that you could gain more from it? Okay, I think the whole goal is to maintain this growth, this prosperity. Okay, so for the month of Leo, I think you're going to have to be a little bit more challenging with yourself and find a different outlet. Be creative with the way that you are approaching this level of success, whether it's internal or external. Okay, that's for Capricorn. All right. Let's go to the Ashira Tarot. Okay, so next up we're going to be working with Aquarius. Okay, and Aquarius is the opposing sign of Leo. So this deck I've already shuffled, so let's see what we get here. And this is a very vibrant deck. Lots of energy, lots of movement in it. Let's see here. Okay, this card's speaking to me. Jupiter, Gemini, Eight of Swords. Okay. So for Aquarius, your opposing sign Leo, what can you learn from the sign of Leo and its influence of the sun? Because Aquarius, you are ruled naturally by Uranus. Uranus is transformation, sudden changes. And what I'm beginning to feel here is there's a block of some sort going on mentally. I think you have the means of having some groundbreaking ideas, but there's something that is holding you back. And I almost want to say it's this opposing energy of Leo, but reversed. I feel like there's some fear, there's a lack of confidence that's happening here. What can we do? Eight of Swords. And this is almost self-perpetuating, Aquarius. I feel these are things that you're talking about and you're thinking about, but you're not really putting it out. So these ideas are they're with you, but they're crossing you. Okay. So we're seeing a self-conflict that you've put upon yourself. And what you can, I'm just gonna say what you can easily do, but what you can do is, with this month of Leo, is start finding the courage to release those blocks? Are you concerned about what someone else is going to think? Because Leo really doesn't care what anybody else thinks, right? Because they have that confidence. They're doing what they're doing because they enjoy doing it. So these ideas that you have and perceptions that you have, that you feel great, I feel that you may be concerned about what other people may think. This is almost like the underlying issue again of Leo if it was reversed. But here reading for Aquarius. Okay? So maybe the ideas, perceptions that you have that may be holding you back, don't throw them all at once. Okay? I think you should just share them, write them down, the ideas that you have, and express them out to people. Ask them what they think. You know? Get feedback. You're not setting it as law. You want to just get feedback, Aquarius, about, you know, some of the ideas you have. You know, say, hey, this is how I think about this. What do you think? You think it's going to get me into trouble? Or I feel like you just need some support from other people just to help you go through this. And find that confidence, okay? Because Aquarius is also known as the rebel. So if you could harness in this energy of that Leo confidence and strength and self-belief, those Eight of Swords will start dropping. They will be removing themselves. And that's something that you did on your own because you built that trust. When you have blocks showing up in tarot readings, crossings of tools or anything like that, it tends to be more self-perpetuating because you're allowing it to happen. Okay, next up, Pisces. Oops, let's try that again. Okay, so Pisces and Leo. So we got fire and water. Aquarius was air and fire, so those can work together. Okay, just finding inspiration and influence through each other's elements and signs. Okay, Pisces. I'm gonna go the Hierophant. Okay, so here for Pisces, for the month of Leo. And Pisces, this is almost a natural card for you, even though it's ruled by Taurus. But Pisces are very strong with the unconscious, unknown mysteries, unknown sciences, things that we can't see. Pisces can feel, and that's how they see things. And so this Hierophant card is a wonderful guide for Pisces because it's showing to share their beliefs, no matter how wild it is. But this is coming more at a spiritual level, okay? Because Pisces is a very deep, quiet, but also intense sign. They're water. So they kind of go with the flow of how things are in their own environment. They're also immediately affected by what's going on externally, but internally they go by how things are moving inside of them. So this Hierophant card is a very expressive card. The Hierophant is external. So I'm feeling whatever experience that you're going through right now, Pisces, but at a spiritual level, share it. If it's something that deals with maybe your own practice, share it. Write it down. Write a blog. Take a photo of it. Paint it. This is a creative, spiritual outlet for you. And that the sun is inspiring that energy. It's moving. It's moving that creativity, and it's just like, yeah, you know, I really like, you know, this concept that I was reading about, the Golden Dawn, or something that you read about, a metaphysical practice that just inspired you. I think it's a good time to share it with other people. What's going on internally that's just making you feel good and making you feel self-empowered. Okay, and that's something that's really nice to see with a Pisces, when they're self-empowered and we see it outwardly. Some artwork of Pisces is the most deepest work that one could ever see, because Pisces is sharing their inner world and putting it into a medium, a visual medium, or a musical medium. This can also come in music or dance. Okay, so all this creativity that's motivating your spirit inwardly, it's coming out this month in Leo. Okay, it's almost like an explosion, and it's a great place to be for Pisces for the month of Leo. Okay, so use that self-expression, self-empowerment, Pisces. Okay, we got Aries. All right, so we got fire for fire. Aries is a fire sign. So let's see here. Let's see if the energy is going to be fiery, maybe introspective. Let's see here. Oh, the cards got stuck. Okay, well, that's just off to a great start. Let's try that again. Aries. Seven of Cups. Emotions. Okay, Aries. Okay, so we're going to feel a little bit more water energy, something more emotional during this month, but also something where you're going to have to really have a good conversation with your heart and be mindful about the outcome of your choices that you make, because it seems like there's going to be, this is Venus in Scorpio. There's going to be some intense decisions where it's going to involve the heart, like a relationship, or you're going to really have to seek counsel, if you will, with your heart. This is asking Aries to be a little bit more intuitive with their choices. Okay, there is a rationale to what's going on, but I think emotionally it's asking you, it being the heart is asking you to, like, you know, how do you feel about the situation? We know what you think, but how do you feel about this? And so with Leo, this influence here is going to give you this courage. It's going to give you this confidence to really be honest about the choice that you have to make from maybe a few choices. And once you have done the action, made the decision, you're going to stick to it, because you're going to feel very strongly that this is the right choice that you've made. Okay, and that can be hard for some fire signs. A lot of fire signs, because there's all this movement, especially with Aries. There's this need of, like, wanting to have some freedom, but also being responsible. Okay, and I think that freedom, that liberation that you can get, will come by just, you know, looking at the rationale of what's going on, but ideally listening to your heart. Okay, and again, the heart's ruled by Leo. So maybe follow that for this month and see what comes from it. Okay. 7 of Cups for Aries. All right, Taurus. All right, let's see. Okay, let's see what this reading holds for Taurus. Oh, really? Okay. Mars energy. Okay. Tower card. Sagittarius hat, the Tower card, and now for Taurus. Pretty much the same thing. Finding that, finding that time to just be open and honest to whatever's happening, letting it go, having that awakening. I feel more with the Tower card that it's the sudden epiphany that you get. It's that awakening. It's like, okay, like it's time to really stop doing this and get things back in order. Okay. But in doing so, you do have to let go and let things fall as they may. The Tower card's similar to the Death card. The Death is more of release. The Tower card is of breaking down. Okay. And in the sign of Taurus, this could be hard because Taurus likes to take their time. They don't like anything unexpected. Taurus has been ruled by Uranus for the past over a year. And so it's when that happens with your Uranus and Taurus, unexpected changes, having to move things quickly, it doesn't sit well for Taurus because Tauruses like to move in a slow manner. They like their time to do things. So when things happen quickly, they have to think and move in a different manner. So this could be a challenge for Taurus, but again, put the trust. I want to take the influence of Leo, of that loyalty. But Taurus also has dedication. So I think once this energy is coming into play, just be dedicated to what's waiting for you. Okay, Taurus, what's up ahead? Okay, because these things happen for a reason. This could be a good tower, bad tower, it's however you see it. But just be open to whatever could be lying ahead for you. Okay? That's what we have for Taurus. Dedication and loyalty. Okay, so next up will be Gemini and Cancer, and then we are done. Okay, so Gemini. What do we have here? Gemini's an air sign. Air and fire for Leo. Two of Swords. Got Two of Swords again. Okay, I think our Two of Swords was for, I think it was for Leo. I think the Two of Swords was for Leo. I could be wrong. Here's the Moon in Aquarius. Opposing sign of Leo. So maybe it was Leo. Okay, so our Two of Swords for Gemini. Okay, so you're going to see a difference of opinion. Okay, Gemini is the communicator. It's all about partnerships, seeing things eye to eye, and I think this is what's going to have to happen here. With the Moon in Aquarius, we're going to have to work with opposing ways of seeing things and doing things. Okay. Leo is that card of courage and having self-belief in yourself. The Two of Swords, this challenge coming in for Gemini, I think will be an easy one to work with Leo, because Gemini will want to communicate and want to work out the situation. Okay. Geminis can be natural problem solvers. You know, it's like, okay, what's the issue? What's going on? Okay, so that we can see things at the same level. Okay, and if we can't, what can we do to come to terms and meet right in the middle so that we can continue moving forward? That's what I get here with the Two of Swords for Gemini, and specifically in relation to Leo. There's this drive, this motivation to problem solve, seek answers, to take care of a miscommunication or some form of block when it comes to exchanging thought and ideas. Okay, so Gemini, you can do it this month for the month of Leo, sun sign. I feel any cards, like we got the Death and the Tower card, not necessarily positive cards, but they are something to learn from, and I think that sun influence of Leo will make those cards seem a little bit more promising. You know, if you find that self-belief. Okay, our last card, and I'm going to be wrapping it up here. Last card here is for Cancer. Okay, so this is our sign before Leo, which we just came out of. What does Cancer hold? The Queen of Wands. Interesting. Looks like Cancer, it's time to come out of your shell. Cancer had its moment of the moon. Now with that sun sign, it's slowly asking you to come out. And I feel this Queen of Wands is the source of inspiration. I feel this for Cancer will be the guide and influence of energy for Cancer to be more present, to be more outwardly, not to fear anything, but to find the strength and to find this opening of the heart and sharing it with people, which can be hard for Cancer, because Cancer needs to really feel comfortable and trust those around them, especially when it comes to matters of the heart and things of a personal nature. But I feel with the sun influence in Leo, it's going to entice you. Okay, I feel if you surround yourself, Cancer, by not a whole bunch, you don't want a lot of fiery energy that can just kind of make you go in the opposite direction. But if you can be around people who are in a external realm and putting energy outward, things that will be inspiring to you from the heart. Okay, because Cancer's ruled by the moon, and they are very nurturing and very motherly, feminine energy. They do care. They may not show it immediately, but they do. I think by allowing this influence of the month of Leo, this will have you come out. Let's see more of that side that Cancer is known for. Okay, and have that self-confidence that whoever you spend time with, it's going to be for the better. It's going to be of benefit to you and the other person or those around you. Okay. Alrighty. So there you have it for Cancer. All right. So there are the readings for the 12 signs during this month of Leo. Our planetary influence of Sun. Okay. Our life force. Okay. Just go out the last month of summer the best way possible. Okay, be brave, be courageous. Okay, but we don't want too much. We don't want too much of arrogance, too much of showiness, too much drama, right? We want to balance that out. Okay, sometimes Leos just can't help it, and that's totally fine. That's who they are. Okay, but we want to find that balance. Okay, so use the sun and all the sun influence and all of these readings that I've done for all 12 signs as a positive guide. It's a form of outer strength that will strengthen you inside as well. Okay, so there you go. There's your readings and profile for the sun. It's influenced during the month of Leo because the sun rules Leo. Energy-wise, it rules the heart, and it also rules the 5th house. Okay, so we're looking at excitement, passion, and relationships. What moves us, our childlike side of us. Bring that out a little bit for the month of Leo, and also creativity. What really moves us to go out and be self-expressive. You know, changing your hair, dancing. You know. Show the fun side of you. That's what Leo wants to see. Okay. All right. Happy birthday again to all the sun, moon, and rising signs of Leo. Thank you for watching. And any questions, of course, feel free to let me know, and I will be happy to answer any questions. Okay. Feel free to like, subscribe, and tap the notification button for more videos, contents, and posts that I have coming up. Stay tuned because there will be more. And I wish you all a wonderful month of Leo. Thanks again, everyone.